Weather Words is a production of The Reporter, Delaware County's leading news source.
Good day to everyone. And for the first time in about 2 months, I can stand in front of things that don't look wilted. Hooray! You know, if you stepped out Tuesday morning, it was 68 degrees, and it felt like you were walking through liquid air, and you kept saying, let it do something. Well, it did. Okay, at about 10 o'clock in the morning, we had our first downpour, which was 0.6 of an inch. And then the sun came out and made the humidity even worse. I mean, you stepped outside and just said, forget it, I'm going back in the house. In the afternoon, starting at about a little after 4, well, it started raining again. And it rained, and it rained, and it rained. All of the stuff coming out of the heavens for most of Tuesday were heavy downpours. You know what? On this kind of terrain, I could care less. If it falls on the top of the hill and starts to run off, it's got to soak in before it gets here. So I said, good. I didn't know how much actually fell until I went out on Wednesday morning and took a reading. We got 2.5 inches. So over the past about 3 weeks, we took from only having 0.72 to having 3.96. Okay, still wasn't normal, but we ended up the month only minus 0.8, so not even an inch below normal. You know what? Mother Nature has a habit of doing stuff like that. I mean, here you have this horrible drought in Texas, and now they're underwater. I mean, it's like, okay, there it is. Do something with it. Unfortunately, the water gets so dirty and everything else, you can't drink it, you can't use it. In fact, in Mississippi, it flooded over one of their water treatment facilities, and now you look at Jackson, the capital of the state, with no water at all. They've closed their schools, they've closed most everything. There isn't even water to flush your toilet, and they're trying to bring in every bit of bottled water, the National Guard and everything else, because there's none in their biggest city. That's bad, okay? It's either too much or nothing, and that's sort of what we've had too. So on Tuesday, we got more rain than the last 7 weeks before that added together. I mean, that tells us what kind of a drought we were in. We might get a little something on Sunday, but here it is, it's Thursday. Yesterday was gorgeous. We only got to 74 degrees, there was no humidity. And once the lawn dried out, I had to spot mow a couple places where it was this big. Of course, the rest of it is still looking like that, but we're, at least if nothing else, we'll probably watch the lawns start regreening themselves. So that's a good thing. Anyway, tonight, get ready for fall weather, because when you wake up tomorrow, it might be 42 or 43. That's sweatshirt time. Today, we're only going to get to about 68. You know what? I like this. I'm not going to complain at all. The humidity's not here. You can go out and you can do things, and it's not like, let me go in and change my shirt because I'm all sweated through. I mean, I'll take it. It's even the point where I'm cleaning floors in my house, and they're drying, where before you clean the floor and come in 2 hours later and it's still wet. You know what? Okay, today's the day to do that. Tomorrow too. Anyway, we're going to have 2 really nice days with beautiful temperatures. Then the humidity is going to come back for the weekend. And then on Sunday, we might get something. Okay, I'll take the something. Because anything we add to this, it's going to help. If you've been by either one of the reservoirs, it's pretty pitiful. I mean, it really is. You could almost hay some of the areas around the Cannonsville. There's that much grass growing. So we'll take it. Keep an eye on the tropics in the next week. There is something coming off of Africa that could maybe make it to this coast. The other ones they're looking at are going to go out in the middle of the ocean and do nothing. But again, what solved most of our droughts in the past have been tropical storms. So we'll see what happens. You know what? It could just pour again like the other day. We had a few gusty wind things. I said, oh, let's not get any higher than that, and it didn't. Okay, so it got to like 30, 35 miles an hour for a little bit. We'll take it. So enjoy what you've got, enjoy this weather, and I'll talk to you again next week. It's coming.
To subscribe or advertise, call 607 464 4009.